featured artists for this year's Keys of the Kingdom. If you guys are here last year, you know, we love to see all the creativity you guys bring to Keys of the Kingdom. So we had 4 artists draw these, also illustrate anything photography. We have these great artists. We're going to start with Stephanie. Very colorful. Look at that. You can purchase all of that. Round of applause.
Yeah! Woo!
The inspiration, Kentucky Kingdom inspires her to unleash her creativity. Everything from rides, the slides, and the experiences explode off the page, which they literally explode off the page. This would literally smack you in the face if it could. So, give her another round of applause. Great job.
Yeah!
You can purchase all of these at the 5D store for $20. So be sure to go head over there directly after this, and they're amazing posters that go well on any wall. So next we have Gabby.
Gabby!
It's an amazing piece of storm chasing. She does a great job. She did a storm chaser last year as well. And she's an amazing person, a part of G-Force and a few other accounts. But yeah, another round of applause for Gabby. Next we have Ben. Now this is a great piece of photography right here. Give him a round of applause. Look at this. We saw this on Instagram and we actually reached out like, we have to sell this. This is an incredible photo of lightning around. And I mean, you know how much airtime that piece gives you. You can feel the airtime every time you look at it. So another round of applause for him. And lastly, we have Adam Brown. Oh, storm pincer, a sketch by Adam Brown. It's I think it's a stencil or a color pencil art piece by Adam. So amazing piece. Again, round of applause for him. You can pick all of these up in the 5D store for $20. Limited quality, so get really quick and don't jump up right now because we have a great panel on the way. So we're going to introduce them here in a little bit. She can say her alphabet backwards. So after this, make sure to ask her that. I'd love to see that. All right, next we have her husband Brian, and 2 daughters, and with another age, she's enjoying reading romance novels, watching Disney movies, and leading her Girl Scout troop, her daughter's Girl Scout troop. So round of applause for them. All right, next we have Derek from Extreme Road. He's been a part of it for his entire life, as long as he can remember. And yeah, give him a round of applause. Next we have Josh from Cheap Enthusiasts. They have 204 number 1 dog dad and the world's thriftiest poster enthusiast. Let's see if anyone can challenge him to that. Next we have Jeremy from Buckeye. Yeah! He loves to come to Kentucky Kingdom, that's for sure. Alright, next we have Scott Schaefer from Coaster Voice and Upstart Media. We have over 700 posters. And aside from the theme park video production, Scott is also executive urban steward. Welcome to Kentucky. Alright, now we have Sarah from Coaster Studios, Upstart Media, and G4. She says she has been to the Rio, we haven't fact checked that yet, but aside from that, she's been to 23 national parks. Wow. And last but surely not least, we have Gabby Gomez. She is also an artist and panelist and a coach of 147. She's also a graphic designer who loves Maverick way too much. Right. We have music. All right. One big round of applause for our panel right here. Thank you guys all for being here. All right, we're going to start by just going around asking each person one question. An easy softball to get it started. We'll start with Sarah. She's right here. What is the backstory behind rollers?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So actually, it's really funny. And Scott was 50% of the story here. We were literally just sitting around at your house, and we were like, how can we really stir things up in the roller coaster community? We're like, what if we just start calling them rollers instead of coasters? And we posted online, thinking everyone would ignore it or just please stop. and it's actually kind of become a thing. So if you're one of those people out there that says rollers, thank you.
We might need a head count. Who actually says rollers?
Raise your hand, please.
Keep the crickets. Keep the crickets.
I love all of you.
All right, next we're going to Scott. Scott, what's the most interesting video shoot, photography shoot you've ever done at an amusement park?
Oh, I don't even know where to begin. I did so many sketchy ones. I built a POV of a zip line. Instead of using a GoPro, I used a gimbal. I found like one of those like action cinematographers, like going on the zip line with the gimbal, hit the end, swing it out. I've also, I filmed a slingshot from the platform. I mean, the just getting picked. Absolutely terrifying. And probably the other most scary one, which is, of all things, is if anybody knows the Sea Glass Carousel at it's in New York City Battery Park. Literally walking through the ride, like trying to film like a gimbal and like while it's operating. Literally, you can get crushed between two fish. So I'm like trying to like watch the monitor and watch the ride. Absolutely nuts, but it's always an adventure. It's never a roller coaster. It's a sketchiest thing. It's always something else.
Thanks, Scott. All right, now we're going to go to Derek. How do you juggle your day at the park? Getting credits, capturing footage, getting your kids on rides, etc. What's your secret?
Well, technically, I don't juggle them. I thought that was me. I think it's a challenge. First and foremost, when I come to a park, I try to find out what the park policies are on the parent swap. Because if you don't know what you're doing with a parent swap, sometimes it can be a complete disaster. You'll go to the back of the park thinking that their policies are a lot like a different park, and it's not, so you end up walking to the front of the park just to pick up like a sheet of paper. But yeah, once I started getting on the roller coasters and riding, me and Kara obviously we're swapping out, so usually while I'm riding, and she will try to take some photos of the roller coasters. If it's a really long line, to take the kids on rides, and then once we swap and she rides, then I'll try to get some video of the roller coasters. So the videos has to be very much planned out to get everything done. Sometimes you just can't get the whole thing done in one day with the family, so I have to plan it out. So we'll spend like 2 or 3 days at the park to make sure we get everything we can do.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. Next question we have for Ella. Ella, if you guys know, she's on TikTok. Has some great videos on TikTok. So I want to hear your creative process or inspiration behind your TikToks. They're fantastic.
Yeah, sure. Am I loud enough? Okay. So TikTok is kind of difficult because it's so like trend based. So to like stay up with TikTok, you have to watch enough videos to find what is trending, like what sounds are trending, what captions and stuff is trending. So I usually I'll scroll through before I'm gonna sit down and make TikToks to find out what is trending, kind of trending sounds, and then I'll save them. And I usually record a lot of TikToks at once, so sometimes 5 or 6, and then I'll post them throughout the week. I post 1 TikTok a day, so it's a lot to keep up with. But it's actually a lot more work than I think most people think, even though, it is usually a 10 or 15-second video. There is a lot of editing that goes behind it as well, and to do that every single day, especially when I graduated in May, but when I was a college student and I was doing TikTok every day, and taking an extra class and everything, it was a lot. So I try to keep it varied. I do a lot of ride operator content on ride operating, to your point, and enthusiast content, and also videos for new enthusiasts to help them learn about. So I have a few different topics that I can bounce around from.
That's great. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, the algorithm. You guys know the algorithm. We all hate the algorithm, but the TikTok algorithm is one that we've not figured out here at Kentucky Kingdom. So we might get some tips from Ella. All right, we're going to Gabby. Gabby is one of our artists and panelists. As you saw her Storm Chaser piece before, absolutely fantastic. How did you start doing posters? Cool.
Can you hear? Okay. Well, I am a director, so I went to art school and everything for design, and I just really wanted to find a way to combine my love for roller coasters and design. So I started messing with what I call posters. I posted them all over the internet. People kind of really like them, so I really thank you. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, again, you guys saw, most of you I think were here. We have amazing coaster posters. You can buy at 5D store, made by our amazing artists every year. So, Dr. Jeremy, how did you come up with Buckeye coasters? How'd you come up with that?
So, Buckeye Coasters took like 2 weeks to come up with. I'm sitting at home wondering what kind of unique name I could come up with. I mean, you have the names of like you guys out here, all the different names, all the panelists, you have Coaster Studios, I mean, you have everybody. I mean, you have the big social media names that are out here right now. So, coming onto the scene, it was really hard coming up with the names. So I was like, okay, I'm from the state of Ohio, so what are we known for? Buckeyes. So then I was like, my passion coasters, I was like, I've been in the industry for 20 years, from being a ride operator at Kings Island to I love just going out to the parks and riding coasters while putting the two together. And I was like, okay, I'm a huge Ohio State Buckeyes fan, so OH,
IO!
OH,
IO!
So I was like, hey, Buckeye Coasters work, so let's go with it. So that's why Buckeye Coasters work.
Oh, watch out, Sarah might be coming from Buckeye Rollers. Not sure about that, so just watch out for her.
So that's how Buckeye Coasters work.
Awesome.
So.
That's awesome. Yeah, great. We need a coaster club that just eats Buckeyes. If we need to start that, I'm there. I'm there.
There you go.
Okay. All right, Ida. Walkback coaster giveaways are always a great thing. I see you're doing a giveaway today as well. What made you be so generous to the coaster community with the giveaways?
So the reason why I do giveaways is I want to give back to all my followers and thank them for everything they do to support Wildcat Coaster. So thank you guys so much, by the way. And we do giveaways every now and again, especially during certain events like today. I'm doing a giveaway for Keys to the Kingdom, where it's at a random time today. I'm actually going to give a ultimate prize giveaway bag for one male and one female. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in the bags. I don't know what's in it. I just threw a bunch of stuff in. But when Wildcat Coasters does giveaways, 95% of everything that I give away is something that my husband and I have purchased on our own, out of our own pockets. The parks do not donate very much to us, so it is our contribution to thank you guys for everything that you do to support Wildcat Coasters.
Great work in the community. All right, Josh, all right. This is one of my favorite questions. How and why are you so disgustingly cheap?
So, I started out, just like many of you guys, watching YouTube videos, watching content on the internet, Instagram, basically all of these guys. And I always thought to myself, I was like, how the heck do they travel to these places and afford this? I was like, they must have like these awesome jobs. So I started like experimenting, and I went to like Disney really cheap, and then I went to Texas really cheap, and then I was like, you know what, I have a channel. So I'm gonna start talking about, how you can go to different places and really not spend a whole bunch of money.
Some may say he's only a panelist because they can get it free. I think that might be one reason he's a panelist, right? That true? That true? All right, thank you guys. Give you guys a round of applause. We're gonna kind of go to round robin. Any of you guys can answer about these, and we want to hear your guys' opinion. That's why they're here. So, I want to hear, what's the funniest thing you've seen out of the amusement park? I'm sure you guys have some interesting ones.
Ella's thinking, she's like, I work in the industry.
Jefferson.
Okay. Hey, good night, guys. We'll see you guys next year. Funniest thing you've seen in the amusement park besides me?
This happened at Mount Olympus like last week. So a guest comes off the ride and notices that his phone is not in his pocket where it was when the ride started. And so he comes off the ride and he says, I got pickpocketed. And he's like checking all the seats. And he's like, who stole my phone? I'm like, well, I'm guessing it was me who's tunnel, but.
Ouch.
Okay, I have one. And it actually happened here at Kentucky Kingdom. So it's going to be even better. We were in line for Lightning Run, and the guy in front of us was loading the train, and he did not fit into the seats when they were trying to put the lap bar down. So the guy stands up and starts taking off his pants and the hoodie he was wearing. He had stuff underneath, by the way. He had swim trunks, so he wasn't all, And by the time he got done taking off the extra layer, the lap bar did go down and the train was clear to go.
Oh my gosh.
No tips. All right. Everyone good with that one? I'm curious, what is How was your trip to Kentucky Kingdom recent versus the first time you ever visited Kentucky Kingdom? Your most recent trip, which could be today, versus your very first trip to Kentucky Kingdom.
I'll take it. So the first time I visited Kentucky Kingdom, I came I had this whole trip mapped out. I was like, I'm gonna hit up Kentucky Kingdom. I'm really gonna take a day and absorb the park. And I went to the water park. I was so relaxed. This weekend has been so ridiculous. Okay, obviously I'm in town. I was at Hollywood Nights. I was at Kings Island. I graduated college yesterday in the car by YouTube. So I've just been having this jam-packed, I'm just so happy to be here. I'm running on manic energy right now. So it's awesome.
Literally, I agree with 100%. I think I came here with 4 hours of sleep last year, and this year I have to.
Who hasn't slept? Did anyone not slept at all? Oh, we have some hands up.
Hey Jefferson, I'm gonna do it. The first time I was here, there was a certain snack that's not here yet that's coming. And that's what I'm waiting for, the anticipation. Who's ready for cinnamon bread?
Cinnamon bread. Right there with Blue House Bacon.
That's a big difference from my first ever visit to now.
We're ready for it.
Well, my first visit to Kentucky Kingdom was in 2003. So there was a completely different lineup of roller coasters. The biggest baddie obviously was Chain at the time. There used to be Grease Lightning right over there. There was Roadrunner Express, Wild Mouse coaster. So yeah, the park has definitely stepped it up since then. And of course, there was this random drop tower that we're not supposed to talk about. That was here at that time.
Yeah. If you guys are going to the Boneyard Tour today, you'll actually see some of those rides. We actually have a few of the pieces of Grease Lightning still remaining back in our Boneyard. So get some great pictures there. It's probably bigger than all of us. It's we have some really cool things back there that no one has seen since those days. And you guys will be the first one to see it. We spent a lot of time clearing that out and really enjoy it. Take a lot of pictures because who knows the next time you'll see it or if you will see it again. But that'll be exciting. Boneyard Tour will be later today.
So I'll grab this one too. So my first visit to Kentucky Kingdom was actually in 2000. I was on spring break in high school, and we spent 3 days at the park, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And after Friday, it was what do we do? We've done everything. It was just 4 roller coasters here. Yeah, so we spent 3 days here. It was way too much time. If I were to come back now, I'd spend 3 days here. I can spend 3 days riding Storm Chaser and Kentucky. So, nah, T2 not so much. Yeah, it was called T2 back then. But yeah, that's my first time. I mean, I love seeing all the improvements in the park. I love having the park go from, the Chain and Twisted Twins was still here. Now I think we have RMC, Gravity Group. We have, Awesome Chance ride. It's just a really different park. And now there's just taking over. Got some food to look forward to, so that's exciting too.
Thank you so much. You ever get on that question? Okay, great. You guys are all creators. I just want to know, what projects are you most proud of? Current, you're working on. I want to know what you guys are really proud of, because you all do amazing work. Everyone here wants to know, what are you proud of?
Okay, so I'm really, really proud of all the support people I've gotten and what paid. I never paid, especially last night, the female takeover on the voyage. I literally cried like a little baby, as you guys all saw on my post and everything. We filled 6 trains of all girls. 6! Last year. Amazing. I'm still mind-blowing. I'm just very, very overwhelmed with support. I'm just trying to create a safe space for all the women in this community. This is a male-dominated community, and that's totally okay. But those girls need a space to feel empowered with one another, feel safe, connect with one another. Thank you.
So you're a lot of applause for people in the communities here. Actually, good, fantastic. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys know for the last year, Taylor's been working on the Rocky Mountain construction documentary. And Scott and I are on the phone for that. So we've been traveling all over the country, specifically spending a ton of time out in Portland, Idaho, where the company's based. And the things that we've learned about RMC, which I'm sure all of you already love the company already, once you watch this documentary, you will have an appreciation for this company that is beyond what you could possibly imagine. And the creative process that Taylor has had for this has been absolutely mind-blowing to watch. So I'm sure you all know that he makes great videos, but like the documentary that you guys get to see in the fall is so amazing. And we're so proud and honored to be a part of it, really.
Yeah, round of applause for that. We're fortunate enough to have a documentary made by Taylor, Save My Park. You can watch that. You did a fantastic job, and yeah, exciting stuff. Anyone else on the that question? Great.
Besides Wildcat Coasters, 2 years ago, I started corresponding with Coaster Challenge, and who the owner of Coaster Challenge is up there, David Cantu. And just recently, we started a podcast. So myself, I am the co-producer, and my fellow co-producer, Andrew Locke, is also here too. And we have been interviewing a lot of the well-known people in the coaster community. Jeremy from Buckeye Coasters has been on it. Jeff from Thrills United and Coaster Kids is on it. And we have a lot more exciting VIP people coming on the show. So we invite you to subscribe to our Coaster Freedom podcast.
Awesome. Yeah, great. Thank you so much.
I have another associate member of the RMC doc over here. I got asked to do the documentary poster for it, so I'm designing that. I'm really excited for everyone to see it. I'm really proud of how it's turning out. It's amazing. Literally, thank you so much for asking me to design this for you guys. I do freelance if anyone needs a logo, poster, or anything. So
Awesome. Thank you guys. Yeah, this is such a nice community. I mean, really, we can utilize each other. We all have some artistic ideas, really just sharing ideas around the community is awesome. So thank you guys for sharing all that stuff. Scott, you have something?
Yeah. Well, two things. One, touching on what Gabby just said, she actually recently redesigned the Upside Media logo. As represented on the polo, she did a fantastic job. It was. I mean, as much as Jefferson loved the old logo, I think the new one is really doing they're doing the company justice. Talking about awesome projects. So, I'll get emails all the time. Saying, hey, I want to do this project, I want to do something like that, whatever. And I started getting emails from the Travel Channel, and I was like, this is too good to be true, and most of them are typically. And I was going back and forth, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, oh, hey, we have a new producer that's going to be on this, they might be reaching out to you, and this and that. And after about 6-7 months, I'm like, I'm not getting my hopes up. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, hey, we're booking travel for you. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just spent a good chunk of 2019 rigging cameras on rides for Travel Channel, and it was absolutely incredible experience. I didn't have the opportunity to film here at Trinity Kingdom. I also did consulting for them, so they were like, "Hey, Scott, you know the industry, you know the parts. Where should we go? Who should we talk to? And what rides should we feature?" And Jeff said, "I'm so sorry because they had me on the list." And I said, "No, do Kentucky Flyer instead." Trust me, yeah. So I got 2 key offers, and he did Kentucky Flyer instead. So.
Cool now. All right, here's one. What attraction/coaster is so close to being good, but just misses the mark? How would you fix it? Oh, creativity here.
Cheetah hunt. To me, the biggest reason why I put that coaster on that list is its restraints. They're just so tight. You just can't enjoy the ride. There's obviously options with Maverick, with the soft restraints, Storm Runner, Fahrenheit. But yeah, Cheetah Hunt, fix that right. It could be so much better than what it is.
I'm electing every finished but unopened roller coaster in the country right now. So close to greatness. Not G-Rock. I know this is kind of like a common opinion, but Sky Rush, I really want to like Sky Rush, but every time I come off it, I'm just trying to resist, and it just, I really want to like it. I really do.
My number one.
Third Street's bottom.
Best winning coaster that's not
I'm like terrified to say this because apparently there's a lot of Ohio was in the like the Beast. I mean, come on, like it's straight track. How can that not be smooth? Like,
Amen.
RNC Beast.
Yes.
So I just want to see Kim and the Cog get it together because it used to be a good ride. I don't know what happened over the years. Now it feels like a car accident.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like Firehawk and Nighthawk, those restraints are not my favorite. Those restraints I'm just not a fan of, so that would be my ride right there.
Even though I am like constantly thinking about Maverick at any given moment because I literally have a problem, it's restraints. If it was just a lap bar, it would be God tier. It's all I'm saying.
Thank you guys. So I have a question for you guys. I've always wondered this as well. I ride them almost every day. Storm chaser or lightning run? Front row, back row? That might be two separate questions.
Back row lightning run.
Yeah.
Back row storm chaser.
Yeah.
Storm Chaser back row.
Yes.
Front row Storm Chaser.
Oh.
Row T3.
Back row lightning run.
No row T3.
Come on, T3.
I asked you that one.
My second no T3 period.
Yes.
I think Storm Chaser. Ooh, back row. I think. That's tough. That's tough.
I see it in the audience. Storm chaser, put your hand up. Lightning run, put your hand up. Well done.
T3, put your hand up.
Yes.
There we go.
T4, put your hand up.
T3 front row.
Awesome. All right. Let's see. Why did you guys start your channels? Or why did you start getting into coasters? That's a good question. Why did you start your channel, or why did you get into coasters?
Okay, for the first question, I did not start the channel. That's all Taylor. But I got into roller coasters when I was pretty young. I used to do like little van trips to Great Adventure, which is right where I grew up. And the first roller coaster I ever rode, like big girl roller coaster, was the Great American Steam Machine. And if any of you ever rode that, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I got off of it and I was like, I don't think I want to do that again, ever. Clearly I changed my mind. But I got an ultra row after that, and I think I marathoned it for like the rest of the day, and I don't think I looked back. But I didn't know about the enthusiast community until last year. So I have to thank you actually for introducing me to all this and all of you, because I love it. It's changed my life.
I mean, the initial reason I started my channel is I think my family and friends got really annoyed with me always talking to them about coaster content. So I needed some place to vent. So I came up with a roller coaster channel, and I think it's kind of evolution. Yeah, it's expanded from there. Now, I guess my goal of my channel is to encourage others and just to be a part of the coaster community. Roller coasters are awesome, and that's pretty much what I'm trying to spread.
So the first time I went to a theme park, I was 2. It was at Indiana Beach. It was actually, I went to a theme park before I went to school, which I think is kind of crazy. But my family made me go every year, and eventually I was taught to ride roller coasters. And I feel like there was never a moment where I didn't like being in a theme park. I remember I was like 6, and I was like, I want an Indiana Beach themed birthday party, because I didn't have access to the internet, and I didn't know that other parks existed at the time. But that's how I kind of like got into theme parks. And then I started my TikTok account because I was looking for coaster content on TikTok, and I didn't really see any that wasn't like POVs that someone like took off the internet. So that is where my channel came from.
So I began riding roller coasters when I was little because my dad is the one who pushed me to ride them. His belief was if you were tall enough to ride it, you were going to get on it. And unfortunately, my dad passed away 4 years ago due to Lou Gehrig's disease. And because of his passing away, I started Walkback coasters. And all of my merchandise says is dedicated to my dad on the back of my shirt. And when I first started Walkback coasters, I was actually the very first female coaster blogger in the United States.
So my story is kind of unique. My parents told me at the age of 16, hey, you need to get a job. And I did not want to go flip burgers. So Kings Island was my only option. So I went into ride operations at Kings Island. And my second night of work, they put me on drop tower. They said, hey, just sit up in the drop tower. We're going to have this meeting. And I said, okay. So I sat there. They knew that I had never ridden a ride or anything like that before. They knew that I wasn't a big ride person and never ridden coasters. I rode Sea Dragon at the 10 when I was younger, and I got off that. And we'll talk about what happened after I got off that. But that was my first big coaster ever, and I hadn't ridden a coaster after that, up to that point. And they came and they took the bar, put the bar down on me, and set me up by myself. And that night, my life was changed forever. So that's when the enthusiast in me was born, and the engineer in me was born that night. And so that's when this industry came, and back in 2019, I decided I wanted to share it with all you great people out here and all my followers and everything on Walkback coasters. So I thank you guys, because I do it for you. It's not for me. It's for everybody out here and all the panel, or everybody up here at the panel with Jefferson, the amazing media teams and stuff at the park. I do it for you guys. It's not for me. It's for everybody else. So thank you. Thank you guys.
I think I made an interesting question. First off, I asked this question. If you guys have a question for them, just raise your hand. I'll come around to you and grab those. But what motivates you guys to continue to create content? What is that motivation behind all of your great videos, all of your great drawings, coaster pushes, whatever it is? What motivates that? If you have a question, raise your hand while they answer this.
So I'm motivated mainly because when I used to watch videos, I enjoyed all the content that I was absorbing, but I didn't really see myself. I didn't see queer, enthusiast of color, and I definitely didn't see broke Fuzi. So that's my motivation, is just to introduce a new perspective, to the community.
So what motivates me to continue the channel is you guys, because I love the fact when I have my followers come up to us in the theme parks and say, hey, you're Wildcat, I love watching your videos, your posts, and it's because of you I continue to do my work, so thank you guys so much.
I'm definitely motivated by all the support these courses got, and I know it's something that I wish I had when I was a younger female enthusiast. I never saw as many women content creators, and I wish I had that platform at a much younger age, and seeing all the younger girls, especially last night and everything, just being so excited. That definitely what's motivated me to be book.
I mean, I do it because I have fun with it. I just think it's really fun.
So I just like to make POVs. You don't have to use the mute button when you watch them.
Boom. Boom.
Ad revenue.
No. It's super fun doing these videos. I love obviously all the Coasters videos fans are awesome. And it's just fun to bring a fun, positive presence to everybody that at least I hope that's what I'm doing. And I've had so much fun meeting everybody. I don't think I've ever met so many people in such a small period of time. Ever. And everyone's so friendly and so fun. And that's where any stress that comes along with all the traveling and any struggles that come with relying on YouTube or amazing.
He's still making POVs right now.
You like eating sandwiches on rides?
I do really like eating sandwiches on rides.
Actually, we don't like eating sandwiches on rides.
As a ride operator, don't do that. That's a trouble answer. Sorry.
We have a good question up here. What is your favorite coaster of all time? We got a burning question.
Very good question. El Toro. Big same.
Boo.
Wow.
Probably Voyage at night.
God bless.
Fury 325.
Yeah.
Boo.
You guys are gonna hate me on this. Mean Street.
All right, now Voyage. Yeah, Voyage wins.
Trimless voyage.
What is the craziest thing that's happened to you on a roller coaster?
Actually, when I was on spring break back in 2000 at Kentucky Kingdom, I hit not one but 2 birds in the front row of my tank.
That's great.
When I was riding Diamondback last summer, we were going to the park like in the turnaround, and then a deer was like running around like at the bottom, and I was like so excited. I was like yelling, I was like, "There's a deer!" And I thought it was so cool, and everyone else was like fired, like no one else like I saw the deer, and I stood, and I was like so excited. I don't know if it was a deer. I thought it was really fun, and no one else did it.
So that typically happens to me, but I really love it when my 8-year-old grandpa rides roller coasters with me. So he's like a marathon, he's the top of me. He's cooler. Wow.
Speaking of peanut butter, I literally lost my shirt on peanut butter one time, and that's the craziest thing that's ever happened to me on a roller coaster. Yeah.
I would say see my best friend on Millennium Force picking the mayflies out of his teeth after riding. That was probably the craziest thing. But it happens. Who's been up there during mayfly season up there and seen that? Yeah. It's crazy up there.
You're picking up mayflies.
You know to keep your mouth shut during mayfly season when you're riding up
You
there.
already have enough.
So, to piggyback off of that, I always try to turn and look when the picture's coming, so I'm like, and one time I ended up eating a dragonfly, trying to look cute on Rider Steel.
My favorite thing, and it's not any coaster specific, but when you get that certain screamer that makes the ride so memorable. You guys all know what I'm talking about?
All right, we've been asked about a ladies' takeover on Storm Chaser.
Are y'all in? You want
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. Maybe first ride ERT.
Yeah. First ride, ERT, everyone just go right in front of me.
Yeah, be there for the Storm Chaser. It sounds good. It's gonna be done.
Yes.
I have a question for the gentleman in the front right here. Are you wearing a roller coaster shirt from Hollywood right now?
Yes.
You are a pig.
We had to buy a whole bunch before they pulled them.
I love that so much.
Thank you.
Hashtag rollers.
All right, we have a question. What's your best day at a park ever, and then your worst day at a park ever?
Okay, my best day was obviously last night, female takeover, that was way memorable. Okay, and then the worst, I remember when I first became an enthusiast, mind you, I was like 11 years old, way obsessed with roller coasters, and I remember we went to Great Adventure once every year, and that was it. So the one time my family and I went, it poured, and that day I had my first panic attack because I did not get a ride El Toro, and you just saw like this 11-year-old child like having a mental breakdown because I did not get on El Toro. And I still vividly remember like how distraught I was. But to be fair, insane, still.
I'm gonna say my worst and best day at a park kind of all happened in the same day. I was at Cedar Point. I got stuck on Windseeker for like 3.5 hours. But once we got off, they gave us Fast Lane Plus and free meals, so I went and rode like all the roller coasters like 10 times. So I probably did more that day if I got stuck on the ride than actually if I didn't get stuck on the ride. So.
Sorry.
I think my best day was my recent trip to Universal's Island of Adventure because I finally got the Velocicoaster credit. It was awesome. And my worst day was last year during COVID when some lady tried to fight me at Great Adventure because I asked her to pull her mask up.
Okay, so my best day was when my husband proposed to me in front of Maverick at Cedar Point. I laughed at a bad day.
I would say one of my best days was we were at Disney World, and I don't know if you guys have heard about trying to get all 4 Disney parks in one day and hitting up all major attractions. We actually did that in one day, and that was probably one of the best days ever. That was so much fun. My wife and I went down with a few of our friends, and we hit up every major attraction. And if it wasn't for some Disney magic from one of the cast members at Pandora, giving us some pass classes that day, we wouldn't have done it. But that was probably one of the neatest things because they were first time Disney people that went with us, so we were able to show them the groups because we were gone to Disney so many times. So that was really neat. So,
Thank you guys. We want some hot takes here. What's a coaster you like that everyone else despises?
Ooh, T3. Everyone's thinking, they're like, it's a general rush.
Yeah, Sky Rush.
Yeah! Big Keisha.
I feel like it's very unpopular with like enthusiasts, but I actually love the roller coasters at Disney World. And I feel like most people don't agree with me on that one. I love Space Mountain. Yeah. Love Big Thunder Mountain in the back row. Expedition number is
I love Expedition F.
zero.
I have an opposite. Like one thing that I hate that every enthusiast loves, Magnum. Can't stand it. I do not take it.
I hate that.
Boo! Some of them are not like that.
Or a still force any day compared to
Magnum, Magnum.
I really love the end of Adventure Express. I know a lot of people hate it, but I think it's really
Yeah! Go to $7 City.
Thunderation.
Thunderation. Thunderation. Thunderation.
Well, I guess moving now, Scandia Screamer. Anybody? No, am I that little? Okay, well, it's moving to Texas, and it's a high miler, and it just beats the crap out of you. It has like some of the most stupid, scary air time. So go to Texas and ride it out. It's opening, I think, this summer.
Okay, here's one. Just some thoughts on how to reduce some negativity and bring everyone together in the community. What's your guys' thoughts on just bringing people together in the community, the coaster community?
stop complaining. Like, all the
Yeah!
I think just reach out to other people. I'm always talking to other channels and pages and groups, and I think we should just need to come together as a community. I mean, just come together. I can't tell you how many people I've met between Hollywood Nights this weekend and now Keystone Kingdom. We're all one community. Let's just come together. That's all I have to say.
We're all here to ride roller coasters. Have some empathy for other human beings.
We all have one passion.
We're all here for the same thing.
My number one rule, I do not go back and forth on the internet. I just let people be who they are.
Yeah, stay out of the comment section. Everything.
You know, we're all one big family and we need to support each other, and that's the key.
Yes.
And literally just be kind. You never know what someone else is going through.
And just remember, we're talking about roller coasters here. It's supposed to be just fun. It's very lighthearted by nature. So try to move all that negativity. It's all that stuff.
Yeah, stop trying to cancel people. Stop thinking of people's past. Man. It's not fair to people. It's not fun.
And be nice to your right operators, because we appreciate that.
Be nice to your operators.
Last question, like, what does this community mean to you, and what makes this community to each of you?
I'm literally just here to make friends. So, if anybody here wants to talk to me later, that's why I started this channel. It's just a way to express myself and to connect with others.
Yeah, I think what makes the community really cool is it brings people from all different walks of life together. No two people I met have been listening. You know what I mean? Like, we get people from all over the world that have a good common bond. So pretty much anywhere you go in the world, meet other people who are into this hobby and connect. It's super cool. And I love it.
Yeah, I feel like for the most part, I mean, this is a safe space for everybody too. To like not only enjoy your passion, but to really be yourself. And it's such an incredible group. I mean, I've been in Nate's Crummer now, I don't know, 20 years, and it's just been incredible. It's so life changing. I love everybody that's in it. It's amazing.
What I love about this community is the fact that we all work together. It doesn't matter if you're in a different state or a different country. What matters is that we are one huge community, and that's what it takes to get the parks to have the courage to do these great events every day. It's because of us as community.
We're all family here, and I mean, you have people up here right now. We're here for everybody, and you can come and talk to any of us, and we're going to be here and supported for you and supported for each other. So just know that we're here for you.
Like, the community means the world to me. Like no one really understands. I made so many lifelong friends just for the same like passion for roller coasters, which is a little weird when you think about it. How we all just really love roller coasters that much. But I'm so glad I found a community that understands. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I love every single one.
Yeah, just like what you said right now. Just having a community, we all share the same interests in roller coasters. I'm sure we all have it, like, people in our normal lives, I guess you could say, that don't know why we like roller coasters. They think that we're weird, so it's great that we're able to get together and just have a great time.
Yeah. Thank you guys all so much. And from Kentucky Kingdom to all of you, we really do appreciate all of you. You're all fantastic people. We all love being around with you guys. Awesome team. This live is really dedicated to you. I may not always do something you guys are asking for, but we try to get there as close as we can. And again, round of applause for our panel here. They did a fantastic job.
Enjoy. Thank you. Yeah, you guys are good. We collected cards last time.
I got right now we are on the lightning run, Walkback, and a little behind the scenes to it.
Hey guys, we're here at Keys to the Kingdom 2. My first time doing this one. We're doing our lightning run.
Yeah.
I have no idea what they did.
Kidding me? You're fired. You're fired. No. You're fire it. Fire it. We're not even related. Wow.
Let's zoom in on the mouse here.
That train needs a hype man like Jacob Hobbs.
There you go, that is the complete cycle on Lightning Run from the outside. Oh, yep, I am right. It says part of Green's Lightning over here. It says the weight drop.
Schwarzkopf. Just know that Schwarzkopf didn't just do coasters.
So this is where the weight was dropped at to onto the train, which is very cool.
Where'd Hannah go?
The circus in here in front of the tower, which is very, very cool. Wow.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's cool. Alright,
I'll see them all in my nightmares.
Oh, Twisted Twin.
Twisted chain right there. Twisted chain right there. This right here is a chain from Twisted Trend. So that was the old CCI roller coaster, which has now been reused to have strong chasers. So they're cool to see that. Old ride part. Alright, this is actually a part from the go-karts over here. These right here. These were those go-karts you can drive down the track. Like a race car.
This is all the footers that were ripped out the chain was being left. This is all this mountain is just all footers from rebar and whatnot.
These are all footers from saying when it was torn out.
That's the operating system for T4. Don't touch it. We're still working on it, fixing the tweaks. You know, you gotta let it weather. You gotta let it weather, yeah. We have all of our operating weather.
This is a car from Enterprise, they're cool to see. Right now, they're also offering some of the cars. Yeah, $300 a piece today, pricey.
We do have a loose chain hanging out down here. It goes like up.
Right here, we do have an old car from the old train off Thunder Run. Very cool to see. Seatbelt still there.
Like the orange color, cabbage and
I just want to get on it.
So we have more parts from Green's Lightning. So this is from the train, the lead car. This is what on the launch point here. This is like the cable. This is the flywheel launch system.
lead train.
Yes, we have a board.
Actually, recently this was actually on display and they finally stole in the middle of display, so that's cool to see out here now in the graveyard. But I'm sitting on display now.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys like it.
So what's the story between the orange and the federal lead train?
That's just they used to all be orange.
Oh, did that? Oh, right.
That's actually what they're all in there.
Oh, so both trains orange or just one?
We'll run only one. It's had two previous chains. They've all been orange except for one.
I got you. Let me use my phone here.
This is actually a seat cushion from T3. Before it got the new train, they made T3, so cool to see here. More old motors here.
And everyone's like name dropping. I know who you're talking about. I just don't know why he's in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's leaving us. Okay.
That's where we're standing around.
Yeah. I mean, I thought there's another half that looked like this somewhere else. Yeah, there's a second half or something.
All right, Dave, what is this?
Right here?
Yeah.
Is this a trivia question?
No,
no one knows what it is.
We're intrigued. I don't know. That's why I said we can.
You weren't here like.
Right. So I'm gonna see if I can find it now.
The old chain again from Twisted Twins. I can't believe the Bucks still had this kind of stuff around. Wow.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is behind you?
I think that's maybe part from that musical on Cole Castle. That's my guess.
I think it is.
What is it off of? That? I don't know. Check it out.
I was hoping someone here would go.
I want my chain. There's an extra chain that I don't know where it came from back there.
Oh.
I want the chain.
Hanging over the door.
Yep.
Mike Forbes says he's about ready to hit boss.
Is that where he's at?
Visit the food court, Beachside Burgers and Timbers, Paradise Pizza, Top Dogs, from 6:30 to 8. Alcohol will be sold at the park is officially.
Oh yeah, he's at
Where's staff? I need to find staff.
It was some kind of ride they were doing.
I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys. ID, man. It'll be a good outing.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. We'll do some good vlogging. Get you guys into some of our vlogs.
This has been Zach in the Boneyard Kingdom.